Hi, this video is for those that are interested in ancestral past life healing, who would like some help clearing some of the trash from that time that potentially is causing problems in your current reality. Yesterday, during my own work within myself, I was shown a time during Atlantis where there was a war. Now, I understand there were many wars during that time. This is not a one-off. But during this one war, there was an abrupt ending. There was a truce, kind of, that was put in place. There really wasn't a treaty, kind of. But what happened was they agreed to disagree. But in doing that, it was like the other side didn't exist and they separated from each other. So one side lived a certain way and the other side lived the other way. And in this energetic separation in the land, each side lost access to things that have caused us deep grief. Access to soul family, to our children, parents, friends, business partners, sacred sites, knowledge, libraries full of information that we no longer had access to, potentially our livelihood. We didn't really have jobs then, but something like that. Or maybe we had business and we sold goods and this broke up our trade supply. And there are many things that could have been lost in that. And it was so abrupt that we didn't have the time to adjust for it. We all lost something. That in itself is a huge trauma. And many of us have manifested that over and over and over and over again in many, many, many lifetimes. It is mirrored in the current reality in many ways. And if you allow yourself to see it, you will see how it is manifesting in your own life. It is manifested through different wars that are more recent. So Korea, Germany with the Berlin Wall. But there are many other times during the millions of years between now and Atlantis where similar things have happened and unrest has separated people from each other, where we couldn't reach family and friends or access to the land we love or the sacred sites. And if that wasn't enough, we also were warned during that period that if we tried to make contact with the people that we've lost, or try to connect to those sites even, that we would be harmed. And that's a pretty big deterrent. But worse, they said that if we tried to connect to family or these people that we lost, they would be harmed. Or the earth would be harmed. So those deterrents have kept that energetic divide trapped inside of us. This is why we keep manifesting this separation, or at least one of the reasons why we keep manifesting this separation of losing access to things that we once had access to freely, and then now all of a sudden we don't have access to them because someone decided that had nothing to do with us, that they somehow knew better and that they wanted access to it only. And the new world that's coming, that is not a game that will be allowed to be played. We are united, which means we all have access to the same resources. We have access to all the people we need to without anyone trying to separate us from them. So now I want to get into the energy healing. This is all meditative in a way. If you start this meditation, know that you are giving permission for the release and the download to happen. Please do not do this while you're driving, while you're doing anything that you can harm yourself if you close your eyes. So if you're cooking dinner and you're cutting up carrots or vegetables, please do not do this. You need to be fully present in order for you to be able to access all of this. You need to allow the energy to rise up, and when we're distracted, we can prevent that from happening. So if you're in a place where you can close your eyes, do so. Best if you could take 5 to 10-ish minutes without being interrupted. But you're going to close your eyes, just start to become conscious of your breath. Maybe some of you are feeling the energy of the event that I have brought up out of your subconscious. Some of you may be feeling it. Some of you may be getting images. Whatever it is, just let yourself find the file in your filing cabinet in your DNA and mind that it contains so that you can shred it. As you do so, you may also sense, especially if you're an empath, you may also sense that there are other souls here besides the ones that you are connected to in Atlantis, as well as other lifetimes you've experienced this in, who are here because they want to be freed from this bondage of this separation. They are not currently in this timeline in a body and are wanting to be freed and reunited with their family, with their soul's purpose, and be able to reincarnate without this stipulation. So for those who can feel them, just welcome them in. And those that can't, just intend that we're joining together to do this. Each one of us, a ripple effect. And every person who does this, the ripple effect goes out farther, allowing unification to happen. And manifesting a world without division. Now I ask that Source release all the energetic trauma that you have experienced with this wound. The initial wound when you experienced this, if it is in Atlantis, if it is not in Atlantis, wherever that first wound that you experienced was. The trauma of the events, the battles that led to having to do that. The fear, the struggle, the powerlessness, feeling like you had no choice in it. And as you breathe, imagine that the energetic trauma is being released from that Atlantean time or any other time that you've experienced through time, where those outside of you divided you from something that was important to you. As the energy of that completes, we release the energetic trauma of when that treaty or truce was put into place and we were told that we could no longer access our family, our friends, our soulmates, our partners, our livelihoods, sacred sites, knowledge, our livelihoods, our passions, our businesses. We lost access to things that brought us abundance. Release that now. In Atlantis and anywhere else you've experienced this through time. As the energy of that completes or continues to release, we release the energetic trauma of realizing that we would never be able to connect to those people again. That you would have to live without them. That you would have to live without access to those sites, to the resources that powered your passion, whether it was a business or access to knowledge that you no longer had. The trauma of having to figure out how to go without, not just then, but all through time. Breathing and letting that go. As we do this, we come back together. All those that have been lost, the connections, we unite within ourselves together. Now we ask Source to run forgiveness on this, forgiving those who did this, forgiving our part in it if any of us were also involved in this, whether we were involved in the war before it and it led to this, whatever the part is, forgiving ourselves or what part we may feel we did have in it, even though it's not conclusive. We release all the energetic triggers for this, the emotional triggers that have kept this story playing in all our reality sense. Now release all the vows, contracts, and oaths from that treaty or truce that has kept this division alive and well within you, causing you to manifest it into your current reality. Maybe not in your own life, but in the reality of the world or your country that you currently call home, or in any other lifetime that you've experienced this. Just breathing, letting it go. Now we release all the limiting stories that we have created from this event in Atlantis, or potentially since then in similar events that have happened through time, that are causing us to tell ourselves the same story so that we manifest the same thing. Let go of all the limiting thought patterns that have been programmed into us through all of time about this separation and division and this helplessness that we feel that we don't have any control over it. Letting go of the limiting beliefs and emotional triggers that also keep this part of your reality, and anything else your higher self or source would like you to have released for this now. So much is going. So many burdens that we've carried through all the time, all the people lost, longing to be reconnected to them and not knowing how, and fighting very similar forces in other lifetimes that prevents us from doing so. It's over. Now we ask Source and your higher self to download all the codes, threads, and symbols to replace the limiting beliefs, emotional triggers that have caused you to manifest this over and over and over again around the belief that someone is trying to keep you separate from what you know is yours. And the idea that someone could even do that. And also download Source's true stories to replace all the stories and the thought patterns that we released. The stories and thought patterns that Source created for us in the beginning, and how we were supposed to live together in unity and peace. And anything else your higher self or Source would like you to receive for this now. You don't have to live that anymore anyway. We can all be together. As our unique selves, regardless of gender, race, religion, doesn't matter. Remembering we're all from the same stardust. We're all different on purpose. We all have purpose that way. Remembering a time when we connected to people soul to soul instead of body to body. Now, call your higher self in this moment and ask your higher self to show you what is possible with this healing in the world that you can live in after this. As your outside world starts to align to this shift in reality within you. As your higher self shows you this, open your heart up to it. And as you open your heart to it, you project it out into the world, this new reality that your higher self is showing you, that you now have access to, and say, I'm ready to receive that now. And I know in my heart it will happen. Take some deep breaths, bringing that new shift of reality into your current reality, knowing as you sleep and as the days go by, you will start to see more and more proof of that. Open your eyes, stretch a little bit. Imagine that there's roots going down deep into the earth, grounding you deeply into this reality that may look the same currently, but know that it has shifted. Before you do anything, please make sure that you're grounded fully. So don't drive or use knives or anything until you know that you are fully grounded in your body. Again, you can do that quick rooting that I did. Chocolate is great for grounding if you need any excuses to do that. Root vegetables are also very grounding. So do something to help you with grounding. If this is something that you enjoyed me doing and you want to see more of, please drop a comment below. Or even things that you would like to have energy healing for, that I may be able to assist if my guides think it will help more than one person. Please, if you like this video, also please like and subscribe to this video. It gets us out to more people, so more people have access to this energy healing, and the more people who do this, the greater ripple we make. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the energy healing. Please drop below if you did, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.